here at Heritage High School with first-year head coach Joe Osovet. Coach Osovet, you take over this program. You've been a head coach at JUCO, been a tight ends coach in the SEC. How do you make that adjustment to from college ball to high school ball?
Sure. I mean, football is football. It's still going to be about the fundamentals, techniques, and playing to the standard. So, I mean, I don't care if it's Pop Warner, college, or the NFL. There's certain things that you need to be successful and to win football games. And like I said, it's the standard, it's fundamentals, it's technique, and you know, at all my stops, that's kind of what we based it on, and I'm going to do the same thing here.
When you look at getting the buy-in, getting kids out of the hallways
Sure.
that weren't playing before, the buy-in from the community, all the money you guys raised throughout the summer months, what's that been like for the first 6 or 7 months here?
Nothing short of outstanding. I mean, the community is all in. The administration hasn't said no to us in any aspect. All the things that we needed to run a successful high school football program, from the equipment that we need, from the backing, from the resources, everything has been what we needed to be to get this thing back up and running off the ground.
How do you maintain some heritage tradition over the years and then add some new flavor?
You know, I don't really know much about the heritage tradition. I know they've had some success in the years past. There's a formula that I've used at all my stops as being a head coach, and I'm not going to deviate really from that formula. It's playing good fundamental football. It's not turning the ball over. It's creating explosive plays, trying to use as much tempo as we can, and being successful that way. That's the only way I know, and I'm just going to go by my past experiences and try to do the same things and mirror as much as we can. Obviously, you have to tweak it a little bit because it's a high school setting and there's a lot of different variables that go into it, but at all my stops as a head coach, I'm going to try to maintain as much as I can of those experiences that I've had success with over the years.
What's a realistic goal in year one? Not necessarily win losses,
yeah,
but just
great
team.
Yeah, actually, great question. Goals, I mean, I think when I took over this program, the kids had want to. I want our kids to play fundamentally sound, and we've done that. I mean, from the spring football through summer workouts, the kids have done everything we've asked them to do. What success is in year one? I mean, it'll fluctuate. I can't. I know you said don't give a win total. I'd be disappointed if we don't win 3 or 4 games this year, to be quite frank with you.
So, getting the excitement out of the hallways, letting the kids have some fun. How much of that is just stuff you're trying to instill not on Friday nights, but practice in the hallways during the day at school?
Yeah.
All those type of things.
Sure. I mean, I think to run a successful high school football program, you got to be able to gather people from the hallways, like you said. At the same time, in a high school setting, you have to have some fun, excitement, relatability to the program where you get those kids that want to be a part of it. I think it's one of the hugest components to run a successful high school football program, and we've done that. I think we have something like 13 new kids that are part of this thing that haven't either played football before or have stopped and then are coming back. But in a high school setting, not to be repetitive, I think you'd be remiss if you couldn't do a good job in trying to attract those kids that necessarily haven't maybe been a part of the program to be a part of this thing.
Had a chance to see the kids in the spring, seeing them work out in the summer, fall camp and all. Just without getting to the football field, as far as for game one, what do you feel like the strength of this group is?
Toughness. I think they're a hard-nosed bunch of kids. Obviously, we got to raise their football IQ and teach them how to play the game the right way from a certain aspect. But toughness would be my answer to it. I think what I've taken away from it just being around in the past 4 or 5 months.
Positivity, energy, all things this guy brings. He also brings that New York accent, something I do not have. Heritage hoping for a successful year one under new head coach Joe Osovet.